those times you stood by me, for all the truth that you made me see, for all the joy you brought to my life.
The Children's Place helps heal the youngest survivors of abuse, neglect, and trauma. Every day, many children come to the Children's Place, each one a survivor of abuse, neglect, and trauma. Each one could easily be a child in your neighborhood, on your street, your child's friend. Every child has a different story. Every child has a different truth. But every child is looking for the same thing: safety, hope, and love.
Sometimes our kids come from an environment where the rules and the expectations change minute by minute, day by day. And when they come into the classroom, they know that the expectations are going to be appropriate. Things are going to be consistent. The classroom is going to be structured, and that the adults know what the kids need.
It's been a year that I volunteered here, and it was probably 3 months before I felt like I was maybe a positive influence. And maybe I was before, but they certainly are guarded given their background and any traumatic experiences they have had. And I think it's interesting that I don't know what those are, and I don't think I'd care to know. I just like to feel now that when they come in on a Tuesday and I'm there to help them brush their teeth and eat their breakfast, that they will come in now, and it might be a very guarded hug and a very quiet, and they won't speak, but they might just come right up and just hug me around the legs, and to me, that just makes my day.
We've tried, going to the Children's Mercy independent speech therapist or, on and off here, but the difference it makes to have them in a program where they go from morning until afternoon to work with all the different specialists, and they are able to make attachments with the therapists, it's just created a huge difference in our homes.
For all the wrong that you made right, for every dream you made come true, for all the love I found in you, I'll be forever thankful, baby.
The Children's Place has established itself as an expert in the treatment of young children, particularly young children dealing with abuse and trauma. With highly trained therapists and teachers, their expertise is often sought after.
Oh my gosh, I love everything. I love the staff here. The staff is fabulous. They're such good people, and what they do takes a special gift from God, and it is amazing to me what they do.
The first time we had a staffing where they call us in, for a meeting to discuss the children's progress, here, I was blown away, and I went home and I said it was like, for the first time I was in a room of people who know what I go through at home, who know the kids like I know the kids.
The reason that I do this work is that what we know about kiddos that have experienced trauma is that at some point in their life they may need to come to therapy again. And my job, the way that I see it, is to give them a really good experience when they come and to set that stage for what they're going to do in the future.
I would say we are an expert because we are specially trained to work with very small children in various treatment modalities, and we're aware of what trauma looks like, as well as really measure and assess it.
It's so depressing. These kids have been through so much, such terrible stories, and to be a part of the healing process and to come here every day and see the kids growing in their feelings of safety and in their ability to form relationships that are safe with people that they trust. It's just really inspiring to come here every day and be a part of it.
The Children's Place knows that without widespread community support, their work cannot be accomplished. Healing young survivors requires the help of many in a number of different ways.
I think that, or I like to think everybody wants to make a difference in the things that they do in their life, whether that be at home, giving back to the community, at work. And if you're looking to give back, the Children's Place is that perfect place because you can be involved in so many different ways. Whether you want to be directly involved with the kids, whether you want to help plan events, whether you want to be that guy out there raising money, and raising awareness about the difference that the Children's Place makes in kids' lives. So I can't think of a better place in Kansas City to get involved.
In their little short lives, they have had so many bad experiences, and they're so distrustful and fearful of adults that it makes a big difference if the more people they're around, the more loving and caring adults are around, the more chance they have of getting over all that and going on with their lives.
We have some kids that require one-on-one intervention. We have some kids that are behaviorally and emotionally dysregulated on a pretty consistent basis, and those kids are going to require more intervention.
And because of the neglect they experience, they often need more attention and time, and the more people in the room, more adults in the room to be able to provide that is beneficial to everybody.
I mean, the kids who experience early childhood trauma are affected in a lot of different ways. And so the more people that we have working with them in different contexts, like teachers and occupational therapists, mental health therapists, the more different perspectives we can have to help them in different ways, and the more healing that can take place.
You know, I hope that in some small way I'm making, an impact on the kids' lives here. As a member of the board of directors, I hope that the work that we're doing is setting the framework for, the best learning and care environment that the agency can provide the little guys.
Late last year to do a Reading Buddies, and I think I was in the 3-4 room. And I sat down with my buddy. Reading Buddies we do every Friday. Read for about 30 minutes with the kids. And I sat down with my buddy, and he turned and looked at me, and I was dressed just like this. And he turned and looked at me, and he grabbed my tie. And he said, "What is that?" And I said, "It's a necktie." He looked at me like, "What is that?" I said, "Have you never seen a necktie?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, this is what I wear to work sometimes." So I took my necktie off, and I gave it to him while we read. And after about 5 minutes, with the necktie around his neck, he stood up and he paraded around the room showing everybody his new necktie. So he'd never seen a necktie before. Like that hit me pretty hard.
We all understand that it takes a village to raise a child. But at the Children's Place, we also know that it will take a community to help heal a child. All of us, in many different ways, can help make a difference.
Everybody has something to give, and there are plenty of places available to give it. Whether it's money, time, or talent, the Children's Place is really a special place where you can see the immediate impact that what you give has in the life of a child.
We know the stories because we are privy to that information, but anyone coming in from the outside, a volunteer or any of the groups we have that come and spend time, those kids are so eager for someone to give them some attention. Those kids are so eager to have someone read them a book, decorate a cookie with them, whatever it is that the group is doing. They are so eager. They're so excited. Every time the classroom door opens, they peek and they smile. Everyone hopes that you're coming to spend time with them. These kids are just seeking out love and affection, and so there's nothing sad about that.
I love to just go home and think, there was that one little thing today that one kid said to me or shared with me or came in and had the biggest smile because they were so proud that they learned how to pump on the swing after we worked on it for, so many times on the playground or whatever it is. I love that I am making a difference, I think.
Once you come to the Children's Place and look through our window and you see these kids, they look like any kid that you see at the shopping center, at the park. We have some gorgeous looking kids, and we have some kids who will accept you for who you are. They will tell you, "I love you." They will sit on your lap and let you read them a book. Just come and see our kids. Just come and spend a morning with our kids. I guarantee you will be hooked.
You were my strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me. Lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believed. I'm everything I am because you loved me. because you loved me.